This video recently went viral, but the consequences were immediate. Multiple injured and one dead. After multiple crashes like this one, China has now officially banned electric door handles. And while this crash didn't appear to be that significant, what happens next is why this matters. You found Stashed. I'm Pat, firefighter, mechanical engineer, and battery guy. This incident actually happened quite some time ago on March 19th, 2025 in China. This was a Dongfeng electric vehicle with flush, electronically actuated door handles. After this high-speed collision, the car lost power and came to rest off the roadway. In the moments immediately following the crash, occupants and bystanders struggled to open the doors because the electric door handles they wouldn't deploy. The video resurfaced recently and went viral, but the problem it shows isn't new. There have been multiple incidents where electric or hidden door handles failed after a crash, delaying occupant escape and outside rescue. That exact failure mode is one of the reasons China has moved to ban electric and hidden door handles altogether. But you might be wondering, why did this vehicle burst into flames? This is a major issue with electric vehicles. Lithium-ion batteries do not tolerate mechanical damage. Compare that to a gasoline-powered vehicle. An impact like this can absolutely rip open a fuel tank. I've been to plenty of crashes where fuel is leaking onto the roadway, and there's no fire at all. A battery is different. When an EV's battery enclosure is breached, those cells inside are now mechanically damaged. There's internal shorts, cell damage, and the battery can go straight into thermal runaway. Once that process starts, the fire is self-sustaining and extremely difficult to stop. In this case, the driver did manage to get out quickly. You see him immediately trying to open the rear doors to get the passengers out. But he makes one critical mistake. He lets the driver's door swing shut behind him. What happens next is hard to watch. Panic sets in. He runs and grabs a large rock, and another bystander jumps in with what seems to be a brick to start trying to break those windows. By this point, the passengers inside have already been breathing superheated toxic smoke for roughly 20 seconds. One by one, they're pulled through the broken window. As the second passenger is dragged free, the smoke ignites, filling that opening with flames, and making it nearly impossible for them to reach that third person. It's amazing the people on the outside, without any type of thermal barrier or protection, were able to get to that third person and pull them to safety. As the third person makes it out, they're badly burned, and based on reporting, they likely died sometime after the crash. They are very fortunate they were able to pull all three of those people out of that vehicle. Had there been mobility or obesity issues, that would have been nearly impossible. From impact to significant fire, this took less than 60 seconds. And when the door handles are fully electronic, losing power in a crash has devastating consequences. If occupants can't get out and rescuers can't get in, survivability drops fast. That's exactly why China has stepped in. So what does the Chinese electric door handle ban actually look like? China isn't banning EVs or modern styling. They're banning failure-dependent door access. Vehicles sold in China will no longer be allowed to rely solely on electric or hidden door handles that require the vehicle's power to operate. Door handles must be clearly identifiable, mechanical means of opening that works after a crash, and more importantly, during a power loss. That applies to occupants inside the vehicle and the people trying to get inside the vehicle from the outside. Flush handles that disappear, motorized handles that won't deploy, or emergency releases that are buried, unlabeled, or unfamiliar are exactly what regulators are targeting. But this ban on electric door handles didn't happen overnight. It was the result of a multi-year buildup of fatal incidents. Regulators began formally examining door handle safety in July of 2024, and that was after 2 deadly EV crashes where occupants were trapped due to electric doors that couldn't be opened. That scrutiny accelerated after multiple high-profile fires, including 2 fatal EV crashes in March and October of last year. In response, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology issued new safety rules just recently banning concealed and power-dependent door handles outright. Starting January 1st, 2027, all EVs sold in China must have a clearly identifiable mechanical release on both the inside and outside of the vehicle. The rules are specific. Exterior door handles must include a recessed handhold that's at least 6 by 2 centimeters. That's 2.3 by 0.8 inches. And interior door handles must have visible labels indicating how to open them. Vehicles that are currently being manufactured with handles that are no longer approved will have until January 2029 to comply. China is now the first country in the world to outlaw this design, but hopefully not the last. This doesn't just affect people inside the vehicles. It directly affects rescuers and firefighters trying to get into them. Electric door handles don't just trap occupants, they slow extrication. And here's the hard reality. Fires like this develop faster than responders can possibly even arrive. It often takes more than 60 seconds after a crash for someone to even call 911 or emergency services in general. And that response time is measured in minutes, not seconds. When an EV can go from impact to significant fire in under a minute, survivability is determined almost entirely by whether occupants can self-extricate or be pulled out immediately. When the doors won't open, rescues are forced to use windows, working around sharp glass, heat, and toxic smoke, instead of just using the doors that the vehicles are designed with. This whole thing raises uncomfortable questions. We probably should have been asking them earlier. Why are we prioritizing sleek designs and aesthetics over post-crash access? Why are manual door releases hidden, unlabeled, or so unfamiliar that even the vehicle owners are struggling to find them under stress? The important word right there, under stress. And why does it take people being trapped and dying before these issues are being taken seriously? China has now decided that failure-dependent door access is unacceptable. I'd like to see the same conversation happen here in the US, and I think it's starting to come around. But we need that to happen before additional fatalities make it unavoidable.